Welcome to Clevers, Ibrar here. Today I am going to show you how to add proxy host in Nginx Proxy Manager. This is the part 3 of Nginx Proxy Manager 0 to Hero series. I am making complete production grade video of it. If you not watched previous part, watch that one first. Deployment guide is available in the part 1 video's description. Just copy paste it and enjoy. You can get details from here. Here you can see the part 1 and part 2 description available in the part 1, and go here and click on this URL. Here you can get all details regarding the deployment. Let's jump to the lab without any delay. In part 2, I already discussed about the architecture. You can watch part 2 video. In part 3, there are some use cases. Today's agenda is on that use cases. Use cases number 1, add existing 5 services in proxy host. Use case number 2, create new services and add in proxy host. Use case number 3, make Jenkins under maintenance to upgrade it. Use case number 4, point multiple service with the same domain. So here you can see this is the my architecture. I already covered this one, DNS server, my PC and Nginx Proxy Manager in the part 1 and 2. You can watch that one video. And today I am going to cover these things. Okay, here this is my PC, and I'm requesting any of the domain. It's going to take IP address from the DNS server, and after that it goes to the Nginx Proxy Manager. From there it's route to the relevant host address and IP, because it's defined in the Nginx Proxy Manager proxy host. So I'm going to cover these things today. On R&D server, I added nginx.devops in action.lab, m.devops in action.lab. This is regarding for multiple services, and this is the Jenkins.devops in action.lab. On Proxmox, I am running multiple services, so I'm going to point that one with the domain. You can see here dash Jenkins, netdata, glances, draw, etc. So let's jump to the lab without any delay, and let's start the use case number 1. So use case number 1 is the add existing 5 services in proxy host. So I'm going to add existing services in proxy host. For that I need to first add DNS in Pi-hole. So I'm going to add DNS in Pi-hole. Here I am pointing all the domain redirecting to the Nginx Proxy Manager. I'm adding these services and pointing to the Nginx Proxy Manager. Jenkins added successfully. Now adding netdata done, glances added done. Draw is my favorite application. Right now I'm using the online Excel draw here, but from now in the futures video I will use this one, draw.devops in action.lab. So I added the DNS entry. Let's add the proxy host as well. Here I already added 2 proxy host, which was added in previous video. So let's start new proxy host adding. Here you can type your domain name and put the IP address where you want to forward. So my dash is hosted on my Proxmox server, so doing deployment there. So let's see. So adding it here, and let's see it's working fine or not. Yes, you can see here dashboard is working fine, and my all services you can see here, which I hosted in my self-host on my Proxmox server, and some cloud-based services which is here you can see here. Okay, in my Proxmox I'm using Pi-hole, NPM, MB, Jenkins, Portainer, Dashboard, Bitwarden, Wood, Uptime, Accelera, and Trunos Scale, OpenSense, Rancher, and Rancher Desktop, Rancher Server, Nextcloud, MiniIO, HA Proxy, NetData, Umbrel, and many more. There are a lot of services which is not added here, so I will add it in future video, which where I cover this dashboard section. Okay, cool. So let's add the another host, which is Jenkins. Add host and put the your domain name. I'm using jenkins.devops.in.lab and put the IP address of it. Again, this is running right now in my Proxmox server, but in future I will move here in the Jenkins, because I am planning to cover each and everything in this video, in future video. So we will move it. Okay, so it's running on port 8081. I'm putting here 8081. Let's see it is running or not. Yeah, it's running. Jenkins is working fine. We added 2 domain. Our goal is to add at least 5 domains, so add third domain 192.168.1.100, and port is 9000. Okay, let's see net data. This is my Proxmox actually monitoring system, where I'm doing monitoring about my all hardware related performance. You can see here, this is very cool app. You can use it in your lab. I'm closing it and I will cover it later on. Next is glance. So I'm going to add glance domain and adding the IP address of glances, which is again 100, which is Proxmox server, and port is 9001. Okay, so open the glances. This is simple as top. You can see as top alternative glances, where you can see the all services, all the processors, memory, and so on. You can monitor with the glances. And let's start the last services, which is fifth service. I'm going to add existing fifth service 192.168.1.100, which is IP of Proxmox, and port is 9005. And here we go. Draw.devops.in.lab. I will use it in futures my video. So we have completed first use case, add existing 5 services in the proxy host. Second use case is create new services and add in proxy host. So let's start that one. My goal is to create a new services and add it in proxy host. So let's load profile. I want to connect R&D server. Okay, let's start the terminal. So in use case 2, create new services and add in proxy host. So for new services, I am creating the simple Nginx using the docker run command. You can see a docker run itd name ng and 8080 pointing to 80. So what happened? 8080 failed because my adminer is running on the 8080. That's the reason it's throwing the error. So let's change the port 8088. Okay, it's running on 8088. And second services I'm going to run here which I customized for the demo purpose. That is the different image you can see here, Imran Ansari Docker Nginx demo, and it is going to run on 8083 port. So let's start it. Yes, it's done. Both services are running. So let's add these services in the DNS and point to this IP. So before that, you can see here the IP address of the R&D is 192.168.1.104, which I already explained here. I'm going to add first DNS entry, and after that I will point in the Nginx Proxy Manager, and R&D server is running on IP 104. So through the first request, it will get the IP address from the DNS server, and after that it goes to Nginx Proxy Manager server, and after that it will go on the R&D server. So let's see. First we need to add the IP address, and so here I'm adding the domain name, which is again going to the on Nginx Proxy Manager by default. And on the Nginx Proxy Manager, when we add, in that case we will redirect, because as you know this is the reverse proxy, so it will proxy to the 104, which is 104 is the R&D server IP. Okay, so I'm going to show you first the plain Nginx, which is running on 8088. So let's see 8088 we will see, and after that we will see the next one. So we added, you can see here this is the plain Nginx, no customization done by me, so this is here. And let's see another one. The second one is the customized by me, this one. Okay, this port is 8083, so let's change the port of it Nginx domain 8083. Okay, let's refresh this page. This is the plain page, and now you can see here I customize this page where I can get the my domain name. So basically this is for debugging purpose, from which domain it's coming from. Okay, I think I have completed the second use case as well. Next use case is make Jenkins under maintenance to upgrade it. Okay, so let's close it, and you can see here on the Jenkins I already added, yeah, here it's already running, but I want to upgrade Jenkins. In that case I need to keep it in maintenance mode. For that I need to at least point somewhere else where we can show under maintenance page. For that I need to just create a services for under maintenance, and after that we need to change its pointing, right? For that let's run the under maintenance Docker container. Here I'm using my under maintenance page, docker run itd name. This is container name under maintenance, and port 8081. So 8081 port is not here, so it's free. Let's run. Okay, so on the 8081 page my under maintenance is running, and I want to change my Jenkins to under maintenance. Just go here and change this to new server. Basically point to the new server. 8081 port is the same, 8081. Now I need to change, I want to route this domain to the next server. So now once you click on this here, you can see here it is going to the under maintenance page. You can refresh page. Okay, I'm not going to show you Jenkins upgrade the whole process here, but I will cover this upgrade Jenkins upgrade process in the Jenkins topic. Okay, so let's change again. Let's edit it and back it to 100. After maintenance you can just revert it, and once refresh this page again it will go to the Jenkins. So we have completed the use case number 3. Let's see use case number 4. In the use case number 4, let's say we have one domain and I want to some additional services, but there is some restriction because that we cannot open port. We don't have domain credentials, so we cannot even point the domain to the server to use that services. For that we can use a shortcut. Okay, for that let's run one coming soon page here on the 104. So I started one container docker run itd name cs. This is coming soon, and port is at 082 and the image id is coming soon. Okay, so my services is running, and let's add the domain. So let's say my existing services are running. It's added or not? Yeah, it's added in the DNS entry. You can see it's already there, so we add here in the proxy manager, and we are pointing it to 192.168.1.104, and port number was 8082. So let's point on 8082. Okay, this is my under maintenance, where I printed some our new website is coming soon, but I want to access some services where I don't want to point that service on the new domain, and don't want to add a virtual host entry. For that I can add that services, that existing services or that newly created services behind this domain. So let's see how we can edit this one. This is the advanced feature where I use custom location. Okay, so on the custom location, click on the add location, and I want to point it to on adminer. Let's see here, I already created one adminer. Adminer is the application which is used to manage database. This is the database client application. So adminer IP address is the same, 192.168.1.104, and port is of adminer 8080. So I added 8080. So you can notice here it's already running, and under this proxy host, under the custom location, I pointing another services. So its services is already running, but I added one another services behind this domain. Okay, so let's duplicate it, not required, close it, and type adminer. Okay, once you click on adminer, you can open your adminer application. Okay, through this advanced feature you can add multiple services. Let's say go in the custom location and click on add location. You can add multiple location, you can add another one, so you can add many of them which you want. So I'm not using it, so let's delete and keep it simple. So on the main domain, it's running, our new website is coming soon. Okay, it's coming soon page, and /adminer, I pointed adminer to /adminer. So with the advanced proxy host option, okay, with the custom location you can point multiple services. You can use multiple services with the same domain, just point custom location in the custom location section. I hope for proxy host that's enough, and I will make next video on the redirection host, stream, and 404 host. So that's is enough for this part 3. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any question, leave a comment. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead. See you in the next video.